Hello and welcome to CVSam. In this video today we're going to be discussing how long you need to stay at the company you're currently working at. Let's jump in. Okay, let's not beat around the bush. The length of employment, otherwise known as tenure, is important to employees. It's important to have on your CV. If you have little small stints, which we'll do another video on, it's going to look bad on your CV. You will be questioned about that in the interview. I've personally gone through this myself very recently. I was employed by a company for 6 months, wasn't working out. When I applied for another job, I was questioned about it. Luckily, I had a very good explanation. I could explain why I was only employed for a certain amount of time and what actually happened. You've got commitments. You can't just up and leave. You can't just necessarily resign from your position. If you've got an income coming in, if you've got bills of £1,000 a month and you just quit, how are you going to pay them bills? It's obvious you can't. You need to find something else within that time. But at the same time, you shouldn't stay somewhere that makes you incredibly unhappy. So you're sort of torn in a 50-50 sort of split, aren't you? Do you go, do you stay, what do you do? My advice is to resolve the issues. The first thing that you want to do is go to your HR, department, go to your manager, even go as high up as to the director if need be. Try and resolve the problems. If someone's making your life living hell, tell them, try and sort it out. Try and fix the problems. The last thing that you want to do is encounter a problem in a role and just up and leave. That's the worst thing that you can do, because then all it says to a recruiter is, once they come, into a problem, they'll just up and go. And that's not the sort of people that they're after. That being said, working in multiple places for a short period of time will affect your employability, as mentioned before. Now the problem is, if you jump from role to role and the length of your employment is shorter, interviewers, recruiters, hiring managers, they will all see that as a red flag on your CV, and you probably won't even get shortlisted. So you've got to be very cautious about it. You see, if a pattern emerges on your CV, hiring managers and interviewers, they'll look at the common denominator, and the common denominator is you and your choice of employment, which may be perceived as bad judgment. That is assuming that you get seen. As mentioned before, a lot of hiring managers and recruiters will make judgments before they even invite you to an interview. They will look at your CV and go, oh, within the last year you've worked at 7 different companies. Oh no, that's too much of a red flag for us. And they'll just bin it. They'll just put your CV to one side. They won't even accept you. They won't even consider you as an applicant. Now, if the short stints are in between longer durations, it probably won't even be picked up. So myself, I've only got, one placement where it was within, 6 months duration. It doesn't reflect as behaviour or a pattern. It's an anomaly that appears here and there. But if you do have consecutive short stints on your CV, you need to be thinking ahead. You need to be preparing, because you will be asked why you've got short stints. Now that might be that you're a contractor. It might be, you were employed on a project for a certain amount of time, nothing long term, which is perfectly fine, because it's still, employment. You've still been employed and you've still been working, but you just need to be prepared, because that question will get asked. So, if you're experiencing issues at your current company, fix them. Don't run away from them. Fix the problems. They're not going to go away by themselves, and just hopping from company to company is going to look very bad on you as an individual. So you want to fix the problems head on, and you never know. Some of the problems that are coming up, people might not even know that it's affecting you. People don't know if you don't say anything. So make your voice heard. Make it known that you've got problems. Make it known that you've got issues, with someone or with something within the company. If it's that bad and it's affecting your mental health, then personally I would say get out. If it is damaging you that much, where you physically, you don't want to get up in the morning, that is a serious red flag. If you've tried to solve the issues and nothing's come of it, or you've raised it multiple times and nothing's been fixed, or someone's attempted to fix it and then a couple of weeks later it's just fell on deaf ears, get out. They are red flags. If a business isn't committed to your mental health and your well-being, then in my opinion, it's worth the risk with the short stint on the CV. So I think it goes without saying, the longer your employment at a company, goes favourable towards you, because it shows that you're committed to the job, you're committed to the company, and you're willing to dedicate a certain amount of time to learn the role, progress, understand, let's say it's a client-based business, you understand the clients, you understand the process, the workflow. That's a very good, very, very good attribute to have, and it will work in your favour. But on the flip side, if you do have short-term, contracts, or the duration of your employment was lower than average, then it's nothing to worry about. Just make sure you prepare ahead of time for questions. If you do have very small stints on your CV, so for the past year you've had 7 roles, providing that you do get selected to go for an interview, again, you need to be prepared and make sure that you understand that you will be asked questions about this. Okay, so there we have it. There's some advice about how long you should stay at the same company. To sum it up, if it's affecting you that much mentally and taking a toll on your mental health, get out as soon as you can. Obviously make provisions, find a new role, join that new company. But the last thing that we want is mental health taking a toll working for this company or role that you're in at the moment. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you took anything away from this video, if we helped you in any way, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon because there's more videos coming every single week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.